I wonder how long it is since you believed in magic. If it was way back when you were just a small child. Or maybe you still do believe in magic like me. I see it every day. It's all around. And you only have to look. There's even magic in the way that you can be so quiet, so still, looking as if you were sound asleep, and yet amazingly alert and aware behind those closed eyelids. Of course, it's not the stillness and the quietness that is magical, nor is it the closed eyelids. It's that amazing awareness. Nobody can even begin to properly explain what that is or how it works, even though we all know what it feels like. We all know how to send our thoughts to anywhere we want to. A part of our own body, the big toe perhaps, or the very top of our head. But our thoughts don't have to stay where our body is, because in an instant, in a dazzling flash, we can be thinking about something that happened years ago, or something that hasn't even happened yet. And that's a magical thing. How we can be in one place one moment in our thoughts, then 10,000 miles and many years away in the very next split second. Our thoughts moving faster even than the speed of light, faster than time itself, as if time did not exist. And we can even imagine something that nobody has ever experienced, just something that we can think of, like swimming in a silken sea of golden mist on a distant planet. We are so light we float in the atmosphere, like a feather floating on the breeze. Or imagine starting in a crystal until you find a whole universe there. A universe where there are other lives and other beings with their own magical thoughts. And it's a sort of magic that lets you hear your name whispered quietly in a room full of people and noise and music when you weren't even paying attention. And there's a magic that is part of your body too, the magic that lets you see or hear something that isn't there, or that lets you stay alive without even trying. Without even having to try, your body does that so well. And the most brilliant scientists in the world cannot make even the most primitive form of life, and yet two very ordinary people can create the most complex form of life that ever existed in this world, on this planet. And that happens millions of times a day, every day. And that is definitely a sort of magic. And every single cell in the human body carries that very sense, same magic, and carries the message for the same magic to be repeated. It's almost like a magic spell, because each cell knows that it has to reproduce another cell that is exactly the same as itself. So a hair cell creates another hair cell, while a nail cell creates another nail cell, and a skin cell creates more skin. And all of this happens all the time, every split second of every day of your life, and has been for millions upon millions of years in every human being that ever existed. Everybody is fascinated by magic, which is why there are so many stories about magical beings, men who can fly faster than a speeding bullet and see through brick walls, creatures with wings and claws and fiery breath, or perhaps with the head of an animal and the body of a man. Mythical, ancient creatures who live in the silent depths of the sea or on the slopes of a mountain in a remote corner of our world. And then there's Merlin, with his magician's hat and his magical cape, with the stars and the moon, weaving spells and casting them around him in a dazzling display of light and colour. All these things are magic, and yet, still the most magical thing is your own subconscious, that deep part of your mind, deeper than the deepest ocean, even more magical than Merlin. That part of your mind can actually make the most amazing things happen for you if you wanted to. You only have to tell it exactly what you want to happen, and that powerful subconscious of yours will work its magical spell, as long as you tell it what you want to happen and not what you're afraid might happen instead. Once your subconscious mind knows what you want to happen, then it can set about making those things a reality. And you can help that along with another sort of magic called hypnosis. You can't see it, you can't touch it, and most of the time it certainly can't be felt, and won't even know it's there. But it works just like magic. Now, as you are so relaxed there, because you have followed all my instructions, and as you continue to do that, up to this point, your conscious mind has focused on your past experience of loss and your feelings of a heavy heart. However, your subconscious mind has also stored the many experiences that you have enjoyed or learned from. This is a wonderful truth. The past is gone and cannot be changed. You are now entering a positive and powerful new chapter of your life, because you are now able to move forward in your life, drawing strength and happiness from the wonderful positive memories and experiences you've had. You are now able to move away from your conscious mind's thoughts of despair and experience wonderful feelings of new hope. One might ask how this is possible. In this state of relaxation, your mind is open to new ideas and creativity, and you can enjoy the feelings of healing and serenity that come from experiencing hypnosis. In this state of relaxation, you are not merely sitting in a chair or lying in a bed. You have already taken positive action to move forward by doing something different. It is perfectly normal to feel intense feelings following a breakup, separation, or tragic loss. These are not bad feelings or wrong emotions. What is of primary importance is learning how to turn down the voices of depression or despair and turn up that positive volume of hope that exists inside you. Imagine that there are two different radio knobs in your mind. One knob controls negative emotions, and the other knob controls positive feelings. Since you have the ability to imagine this in your mind, you also have the ability to adjust the volume of depression by turning it down, while turning up the volume of hope and progress. In fact, as you relax deeper and deeper, imagine that you are turning down the volume of despair. Turn it down so low, it's barely even a whisper. And notice that as the negative volume decreases, you experience the positive sensations of drifting into a deeper, relaxing trance. Wonderful. Notice how your awareness of the natural ability you have to turn up the volume of hope and acceptance in your mind and in your life. Acceptance does not imply we like something. It simply means that we accept that things are the way they are at this moment. Acceptance means being able to see the present as it is and to simply move forward from this point. You're doing so very, very well. That's right. It is amazing how we have a natural resilience that allows us to accept today as it is and move forward. We don't have to give up on our past experiences, but simply learn and move forward into a new chapter of life. Imagine that as you turn up the volume of hope and acceptance, you are also automatically turning up a page in your progress as a healthy, happy person. And although you do not have a crystal ball or the ability to see what life will bring, you do have the capacity to see what is good inside of you now. And in these next chapters of your life, your subconscious mind knows your strengths and the goodness that you carry towards other people. So you can project yourself out into the future. Later today, tomorrow, 1 month from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, I don't know, perhaps even 5 years into the future. You are healing your heart with new experiences and engaging in life in a way that draws on your strengths. You are drawing on the ability to build affectionate relationships with friends and others who will become important to you. You are doing wonderful, really, really well. And it's amazing how, in just a few short minutes, you have already learned to still the mind and body and move towards acceptance. Even if you are not certain of exactly what this new chapter of life holds, you are certain that it will be an exciting, interesting adventure. And as you reflect on what you have accomplished in just the past few moments, just let your mind drift, dream, and float. That's it. Continuing to experience deep relaxation in both mind and body. And I'm now going to speak to both your conscious mind and your subconscious mind and provide you with positive affirmations that are important to you, to both sides of you. These words are not important because I've suggested that they are, but rather because you know the intrinsic nature, natural truth in the words of these affirmations. And at this very moment you can begin to feel a sense of hope that grows into a positive feeling of wellness and wholeness in your heart. Some may notice a tear in the eye, while some may take a moment to weep before moving forward. Others may simply reflect quietly with a smile. That's it. Excellent. There's no right or wrong way to experience what is important to you here. It is only important that you allow yourself to continue this process of healing by internalizing these affirmations and suggestions and moving forward. Deep inside you, you know that you have worth and value. From this point forward, you will strongly be able to display your value and worth by feeling your best emotionally and physically. In fact, you may even feel a twinge of energy at this moment. That is your internal worth and value moving to the surface. It is just waiting to be shared with others in new experiences. That's right. You have a new desire to move forward in life without forgetting the past, but instead seeing how your experiences can benefit others. You will seek out people to build shared experiences with, whether friendships or romances, and you will embrace your ability to share with others in the future. Because you recognize that life is inherently risky, and it's okay, because risks does mean that you need to take risks, because risk does not need to bring fear. Rather, it allows you to grow, and it can bring a sense of an adventure. And when you're ready, today, tomorrow, or at some point in the future, you'll prepare yourself to take these risks, because risks must be taken. And by being open and sharing with others the things that are important to you, of you, you recognize the internal strengths that you possess in your character and personality. Perhaps you are loyal, kind, courteous, generous, helpful, resourceful, or passionate. Or maybe you are thoughtful, genuine, caring, encouraging, motivating, uplifting, cheerful, or organized. You may even be thrifty, creative, sensitive, courageous, or punctual. I don't know. You may even have other internal character strengths that I did not mention. Everyone has positive strengths, and you will remind yourself of these strengths that you possess each day as you awaken. In fact, you will take action on this by finding and using a marker or a notepad to write a message to yourself on a little note and leave it on your bathroom mirror, your fridge, places you will be able to see it. Just write it down, 3 positive, healthy strengths that you possess, somewhere you will see each day. Define yourself with your strengths rather than your deficits that others may have pointed out or that you may have felt in the past. Always seek out your strengths and use your strengths. And as you let your mind and body continue to relax, you can congratulate yourself for taking a profound step toward healing by entering the next important chapter of your life with those very 3 important strengths. You can do this by forgiving yourself and forgiving others for making mistakes in the past. They turn the page towards the future by practicing the principles of this hypnosis session. That's right. And take a moment to allow your innermost thoughts to cement and root the decisions to move forward and enjoy this stillness of mind. You know that from this point forward, hope, cheer, and happiness will be the norm. Continue to turn the knob of depression and despair down to the lowest volume and increase the natural volume of happiness, acceptance, and hope. And with the other positive knob in your mind turned up,
hiring that volume before your eyes open or as your eyes open. I don't know. But when you are ready, just fill your whole body with energy, every nerve, every fiber, every cell, filling your whole body with energy, bringing yourself back to full awareness with new meaning in this new chapter in your life, coming back to full awareness in your own way, in your own time.